Okay, here we are.
We're here. We made it.
I feel like I've talked to you a lot.
We have done a lot this week. We really did. A
Like, we always talk plenty.
lot of side quests, a lot of side chats.
Whew, so many.
So many.
What is today? Today's Sunday. So was that Friday night?
Yeah, those Friday night.
The hot wings and all the things.
Oh, don't bring up those hot wings. I've been foaming at the mouth since. It's been crazy. This episode is brought to you by Heated Rivalry and any brand of hot wings you like. Spicy either way. Gosh. Go get barbecue wings if that's what you want. If you want ketchup on your wings, go do that. That's all it is.
I will say I had some really, really good. Like, so you know how lemon pepper is usually like a dry rub?
Mm-hmm.
I had lemon pepper that was an actual sauce on some smoked wings. And I was like, it's very different. All of this is very different, but it's very good.
That I love lemon pepper. The lemon pepper stepper is my favorite kind of sauce. It's so good. It just makes all the difference. And I think it's that harmony of like lemon and chicken go well together. So I'm just like,
yeah,
this don't touch me. I'm literally like so sensitive right now.
See, I am super basic, and most of the time I am just like, I just want like regular buffalo wings.
Yes.
And I want that blue cheese. And that's why I like the flats too, because I like the little lip on them to be like
it's so good. I realized I don't think I told you what my favorite flavors were besides like hot. I live, laugh, love like hot honey wings.
ooh.
Like, very good. It's just it sometimes ends up being like spicy, like barbecue, like in that genre of just like it's sweet but it's spicy with a kick, and I'm like, this is everything I need. I love that. And then garlic parm with blue cheese.
Ooh. All right, I'm going to jump right in. I have not had any gigs since the last episode, and frankly, it's been really nice to have that kind of break. Have you had any?
Oh, thank goodness. No. We deserve the break, especially you, Matthew. You've been going nonstop since like September, maybe even July. So, enjoy the break. What have you been doing to relax while you're away from the stage?
Well, school started back, so I've been doing school assignments, super relaxing.
Easy peasy.
I know. I think the hard part is it seems like on the exams we can't use notes or anything, but we can for the quizzes.
Okay.
And I'm just like, oh, that's going to scare me because I don't like not having my like comfort notes to flip through, because I'm like, okay, I know this, but what if I'm completely wrong?
What if my brain forgets and I start writing down read measurements instead? Because that has happened to many people, I'm sure.
And then for my finance class, where's my new calculator? Since it is a finance class, I needed a fancy kind of calculator so that I can calculate the correct things. So that's been fun and fine. Let's see, communications is just going to be a lot of busy work. I feel like it seems like there's an assignment due every Wednesday and Sunday, and either it's some type of reflection from like some videos and writings or some type of little presentation, which I'm like, I'm not nervous about the presentations at all, but they're a pain to record. And I think I'm thinking of it way too much like a musician, where I'm like, it has to be perfect when I record it. And I have to use that perfect take as opposed to it feeling more live. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. Yes. So this is an example of how music actually inconveniences our everyday life and other platforms where the perfectionism is rampant. And it's like, okay, I can just do another like 30 takes of this entire 5-page like paper I have to read about and just present. No big deal. It's fine. It's fine.
Like this first one, it was just like the self-introduction, and I was doing it, and then I would start fumbling over my words, and I would just be like, ah! and then start and be like, all right, calm down, start over. And I kid you not, I think it took about 12 takes or more.
Oh no.
And I went, you're just an insane person. Why couldn't you just stumble and let it go?
Show your growth as you like progress through each presentation. You're like, I
I
stumbled
know.
less. But at the same time, you're like, no, I think this is for the festival I have to interview for and apply for. So I'm gonna go ahead and make like 40 more takes. You guys don't mind, and just take up all the space on my computer
Yes.
doing that.
I also, so to submit those, she wants us to upload them to YouTube, like as unlisted, so that other
Mhm.
people won't see it. Um, and then she goes and watches it. But so on mine, I played Gabriel's oboe at the end, and connected
Ooh.
communication to music. And when I emailed her the link, I even said, I took a risk here by doing this. If you don't like it and feel like this is completely inappropriate for what you wanted out of this, I will redo the whole thing. And I was like, if you're willing to like give me another shot. And she was like, no, I love the risk. I love that you did this. It's great. And I was like,
Oh,
okay.
that's wonderful. I'm glad that she was like, okay, fun, fresh. I feel like the oboe in real life, outside of like music, people are really intrigued by it and are just like, oh my gosh, that's so fun you play that. And I was like, oh, is it is, isn't it? Thank you. I'm looking around
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, so I'm not the only crazy person here. Everyone else is crazy because they like this instrument too.
Mm-hmm.
So what's good? I
Um,
love that. That's so wonderful that she, embraced this opportunity.
I know. And then the other class is just like a computer information systems class. So a lot of Excel and other kind of boring junk like that.
Oh my
So
gosh. I mean, at the end of the
just,
day, they're just using your stuff to like train AI, I'm sure. They just record everything and like use this for the AI. Give it to
mm-hmm.
it.
But
Yes.
I think it'll all be fine. The finance class is fun because everything is already posted on Canvas and it's all accessible. So he even said you can, like, there are due dates for things, but you can do it as early as you want to, but it has to be in by the due date. So I'll be done with that class in a couple of weeks.
Oh gosh. Leave it to Matthew to just be like, wait, is this an available option? I'm just gonna keep going. I can teach myself as I go. I'm good.
Really, though, well, we have everything we need for it already up. And I truly just went, I wish every class did this. I really do. Um, oh, it's beautiful. I do think as of right now, and I guess it's not that far ahead, but I'm like up through March 1st
Oh
is what
my
I
god.
have done for that class.
Maybe when like spring break comes, you can maybe take a break for a week. Or you'll be completely insane and be like, I can finish the rest of the semester in spring break. I don't think they're gonna care.
I will be in Europe, so I will be taking a break during that week.
Oh, that's right. I can't wait for our trip for Europe. Oh my gosh, our
Uh,
Europe excursion. Ah!
Also, no one rob our house while we're there.
Pretty please, no one do that. We have a security dog. His name is Bert, and he's goofy looking, but he will protect the home. He stands his ground. If you're
That
wondering.
Australian Shepherd in him does really come out. Like he just starts barking like crazy. He's like, "What are you doing here? Who are you?" But then once you're inside, he's like, "Oh my god, let's be best friends.
A person. Hello.
I'm gonna
Welcome.
jump all over you."
Oh gosh, sweet angel baby. He's our mascot in case anyone's still wondering.
What have
Mascot.
you been doing with your break?
Well, my students have slowly returned to lessons, and I'm excited to work on new stuff with them, but I'm also exhausted already because they have random. Some of them have band concerts like next week. I don't really understand how that works, but they
Me
do,
either.
and they're begging me for reads and to help them learn how to play music. And I'm like, okay, what's the music? Let's look at it. And I'm like, why are you playing Moana? Why are you playing like a Disney medley of Ratatouille? I'm intrigued, but I want to know like what's this concert doing here? Like in the end of January, but
That is weird.
it's very weird. I don't really know, but Other than that, I'm back in Iowa, so I've been going back to work and stuff, and the semester starts on Tuesday, so mentally, physically, and psychologically prepping for whatever happens on the first day of a new semester, which normally is putting out small fires and trying not to crash out on people with complex questions and things of that nature. So, a lot of nothing for anyone really wanting a summary. Nothing of the sort. Just
Good.
vibing. Just vibing. Maybe rewatching Heated Rivalry, third time, fourth time, fifth time's the charm. I'm just curious. I'm just curious if they're gonna change it every time I watch it. They don't.
So Randall actually noticed something that he mentioned it to me. So when he makes the tuna melt
Yeah.
for, so it's Ilya making it for Shane. The brand of mayonnaise in the fridge is Duke's, which is interesting because it's like, how does this Russian playing for Boston know what Duke's mayo is?
Who? What a good question. Who told him specifically what to use? I think that's a very good point. For a second, I was like, "Is there Duke's Mayo in Canada?" And I'm like, "They're not in Canada. They're in Boston." But I was like, "Oh, either way, how does he know? Who's sending him Mayo Rex?" And now I'm kind of like hungry for something to eat. Maybe do I want to try tuna melt? I don't know. I don't know, but I'm intrigued. But
I
how
will
does
say
it
I'm
go?
not a fan of like canned tuna.
Mm.
It really, I'm just, ugh. I love like a seared ahi tuna or tuna on sushi, but canned
Oof,
tuna,
yeah.
no thank you.
You're
Even
just like,
mixed with mayonnaise. And I love mayonnaise, but I just can't do it.
just can't commit. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. Because I'm just like, they just can it. And I'm like, so what is the real shelf life here? I'm just curious. How long can this last? Hmm. Big tuna, you have questions to answer. So get back to us when you can. Anyways,
What else has been happening? My proposal was accepted to IDRS, which is always fun.
yes! Everyone clap. Everyone should be clapping right now. Please clap. Like, that's exciting. In case you guys are
Or
wondering,
cussing
Matthew.
me out because you're mad
Oh,
that
cussing me
yours
out.
didn't.
Good night. For all the haters out there, you're just having a bad day and you're just a fan. But for everyone wondering, Matthew regularly submits proposals for IDRS and performs a lot at IDRS. I unfortunately have never gone to see Matthew perform at IDRS because I
Mm.
can't seem to get away and go. But every time Matthew does, I'm always just like, okay, star, okay, celebrity, come on.
Well, it's funny you say a lot because this will only be my third time going
Exactly. So
to
that is a lot.
IDRS. I
That's a lot
guess
for a
3 out of 3 times. Every time I've been, I've applied and performed. Oh, actually, the first time
Mm-hmm.
I did not technically apply. Someone else applied for us because it was the English Horn Octet.
Oh yeah, that was cute. That was a cute one.
Like,
I like
also,
that.
what a nice introduction into IDRS. It's like I'm performing, but this is very low stress.
Yes. Uh, like I said, Matthew's a star. Matthew lives on that stage. So if you're going to IDRS this summer,
Yeah.
please go say hello to Matthew, clap, throw flowers, and celebrate Matthew. If you throw tomatoes, I will find out, and I will come to your house, and we will have a problem in the front yard.
Mm.
Just saying.
Throw mayonnaise, please.
Please
Just
don't.
mayonnaise packets.
Stop! Stop! Please don't. Please. And it better be Dukes, or nothing good's coming of it. Like what?
I'm not picky about brand of mayo.
Ooh,
I just like there are some that I like more than others. My favorite, I think, is JFG, which is in fact
ooh,
that coffee company, but they also make mayonnaise for whatever reason,
branch
and
out.
it's so good. It doesn't have the tang of Duke's, which I do like that tang, but JFG, it's so thick, and I just
Mm,
love how thick it is.
mm.
You're like, this is disgusting.
I'm like, oh no, discussing mayonnaise with another one of my friends in the same week. Very bizarre. I had nickels every time that's happened. I would have two nickels because that happened with one of my other friends earlier.
It happens that way.
What can you say? Condiments make the world go round. So,
They do. Oh, I love sauces.
a good sauce boss, if you will. Oh,
Ooh, now we can talk about our reads that we haven't been performing on.
yeah.
But I have taken this time to try and make several and try a few little things out. Not even really try much out,
Ooh.
but because I feel like I talked about it last time, trying out a different staple. Um, then I went, this is fine. Now use the old Sierra staple, the old standby, and this last like 15-ish reads that I've made in the last couple weeks, I've been blending from the heart to the tip a little more than I usually do, and
Ooh.
I've really liked it.
Yes.
And
Okay.
I've also been a little bit fussier with my micrometer measurements. A lot of the time, I don't get out the micrometer unless it feels off, and I'll just go,
Mhm.
"What's going on here?" And I went, "What if I make the read to the micrometer?" Which I know a lot of people would say, "Don't do that. Don't do it that way." But I've been doing it, and it seems to work out really well.
And you know what? Make it work, make it happen. Whatever gets the reads made and, gives you peace of mind, that's tea. And that's what's good. For our listeners, do you use a micrometer? And if you do, what brand do you use? And maybe, I don't know, send us your measurements because maybe I'm in the market to try some other measurements just to see, just to branch out and just see what I can do to help make my reads better. Make them as good as Matthew's. At this point, I should just make Matthew make my reads. I think that's gonna happen. Anyways,
I One of these days I will send you one, and you'll play it, and you'll be like, "How does he play on these? What is this?"
I'll just open the bag. I'll be like, "This is a piece of tube cane. What is this, Joe? What is this?"
Speaking of tube cane,
Oh
oh,
my goodness!
a nice
Stop!
fresh kilogram.
Just look at that kilo of cane. Well, you can't look at it, but you can hear it. There's a kilo of cane in the air. Oh, that's beautiful. Can't relate, but I love that for you. But
Very
knowing how Matthew
exciting.
makes reads and processes cane, that'll all be finished within the week. Matthew will have it all processed and made into beautiful reads within a weekend.
I still have a lot of cane from the last kilo I bought. Like, I still have like a quarter of it left, and I think I got that back in like March or something.
Oh yes, I remember that.
So,
Yes. Oh my god,
hmm, was it that long ago? I don't know. It's been a while.
it's been a while. Well, my reads, they're happening. I'm just trying to get used to the weather again in Iowa. Right now, it is currently 19 degrees. It has been single digits, last night, the day before. So my reads are kind of all over the place, but I'll be fine. I did have to text my master's teacher and ask her a quick read question. I was like, I have a question about when I finish a blank in the snow. Do I need to clip it open immediately or leave it closed? She was like, yeah, clip that open. Go ahead and clip that open right now. And I was like, got it. She was right, of course, because my reads have been really heinously open because I leave them closed for so long and they're still like really bad open. But when I like clip it open immediately, it settles a lot sooner. And I was like, oh, this is news to me. Not like I went to school for this with her. So,
That sounds like the exact opposite of what I would think and what I would do. If I wanted it to stay closed longer or stay closed better, I would not clip it open, because once I clip it open, a lot of the time is when I feel like it goes like this instead of like staying closed.
I
But
don't
the
know.
opposite happens. I
I've
don't
had
know.
some weird pieces of cane happening. I don't know. I also need to change my diameter maybe because I use like 10 to 10.5, but in the winter, it's like completely circles every time. Which I mean isn't a problem for some people, but for me, I'm just like, this is way too open, and I spent a lot of time pinching my reeds shut, or doing something crazy like putting paper clips on them and being like, "You must be quiet. You cannot speak." So, been dealing with that. Crazy openings, crazy bizarre openings happening on my end.
So the weather here has been crazy too. Last week it was in the 70s a couple days, and today it's snowing.
Oh, so it begins. Winter is upon us, and we
Mm.
are scared for our lives.
Um, but actually, so I usually use 10.5 to 11 cane as my go-to. But for this last kilo, I did get 10 to 10.5 because I feel like I always want the opening just a tiny bit bigger,
Mm-hmm.
but not a ton because I feel like when you do the 10 to 10.5, everything's a 10 just about. It's like there's so much of
Yeah,
that.
mine
And
really ends
so
up being
those
10.
are too big for me, I feel like a lot of the time.
Yeah, I'm just like, oops. But other than that, besides the crazy openings that we endure, um, my reads are just whatever. I'm coming out of my like hidey hole of not making reads for a couple weeks, and now I'm like, okay, how do I do this again? Are my knives really sharp? I don't know what I'm doing here, and what is happening? My students need reads, so I'm making them reads and hoping they work. So that's my reads. Yeah.
Well, I think that takes us right into kind of the main topics of today's show, which is using different kinds of reeds for different gigs and synthetic versus cane reeds. So I might just jump right in here with the different reeds at different gigs because in the next couple of weeks, I have some gigs where I'm playing principal and some where I'm playing second. And I use very different reeds for both of those
Ooh.
gigs.
Yes.
Do you do the same thing or are you like, no, I always use.
I No, I use different kinds of reeds. I tend to use like easier reeds when I have to play principal because just the amount of playing you do. When I play second, I'm like, okay, this can be a little bit, heavier just so I can get these low notes to come out a little louder and stuff. But and so it helps me stay out of the way of the principal. But I'm with you. We're together on this. We're together forever.
We are together, but I was going to say the opposite. I was going to say that a lot of the time when I'm playing principal, I use a slightly heavier reed because it helps keep the high notes up a lot of the time,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
so that I can just blow and blast the way I need to be. Like I'm the soloist, I am here, and then for second, I might use something that's dying a little bit or not the best because most of the time I just kind of want to disappear and not be heard.
Yes. So we're together in this, but we're also opposite. Every
Yes.
time I feel this episode really is just about us being the complete polar opposite of each other, like in every aspect. And I don't know how or why, but that's why we work so well together because we can manage it.
But no, this is the fascinating and weird thing about the oboe is how differently we think and feel about these things.
It is. It's just funny that way. 'Cause it's just like the oboe, like I feel like it's such a personal instrument. Like everybody has their own things that work for them, reed making, and which is why I get so confused with like making reeds for other people. Because then I'm just like, but I made this and it feels good for me. Will it feel good for you? And they're just like, this is not feeling good. I'm like, great, thank you so much for the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
You're 15. I don't know what to tell you. Just like I'll fix it and
Use
make it
your
work.
air.
I'm like, we need to use more air, more air. But yeah, in the end, we both use different reeds for different things that we're doing. And then when it comes to English horn, I'm just like, pray for everybody in front of you because I'm that reed is a little bit heavy and it's just blasting away at everything in front of me. So the
Mm-hmm.
viola section, they're like holding their heads like shell shocked by what I'm throwing out there. So I'm like, I need to be heard. Sorry. Boom, boom, boom. And they're like, jeez.
So I also use different reeds for if I'm like playing a solo recital, which I do once a year at IDRS, or if
Right.
I'm playing with orchestra versus like a church gig.
Ooh, yes. Because these churches, the acoustics get a little too crazy, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. And then they're like, some churches are like, oh, we insist you use a microphone. And I'm like, I insist you unplug that. You
Mm-hmm.
will not want that. You don't want to hear this instrument on a microphone that's picking up everything. Please. This is so funny. This is funny. But yeah, I think for church gigs, I kind of just use my orchestra read. Whatever I had from a previous orchestra gig, I'll be like, this one will be good. And I just use it and pray that it goes okay. And that's that. Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time for church gigs, I'll use whatever read I mostly used during that gig week, if there was one. So it's getting tired and it's not all that loud anymore. And I'm like, this will be perfect for a Sunday morning.
Yes. For the early
especially
risers.
especially for those churches where they've got like 6 people in the choir. And you're like, oh, they want me to play Pianissa Issa Issimo the entire time.
They're like, you play the clarinet, right? And you're just like, this is the oboe. And they're like, well, play like a clarinet. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
don't ever say something so blasphemous in my face again. And in the light of God, don't do that.
And then for those recital reads, I really do like one that I hate to say that it's at its peak, but that's really like I'm not breaking it in anymore, but it's also not about to die.
Oh no, you're completely correct
But
on that.
that's like the only thing you can do. But if I have to go one way over the other for a recital, I will go one that's starting to die a little bit, just because I'll know it's easy, I know it's idiosyncrasies, and I will get through it.
Yes. Ugh, she better be at her peak or on her way out, because I have I've witnessed and personally done recitals on reads that I'm like, oh, this is new. And I'm like, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's a read I made like 2 days before. I'm like, yeah, this is not good. Everything hurts. So we're together on that one. United front.
What about for an audition?
Okay, so for my like audition reads, I try to make them like the week before and like kind of have them figured out. I try to at least have like six. I try. Does not always happen. But when it does happen, I don't win the audition, first of all. I'm not a star like Matthew. So, in case anyone's wondering, but I try to have like them made the week before so that I can practice on them and break them in so that they are kind of at their peak in the audition. But if they're like dying, if they're like dying reads, I can't use them. My anxiety and stress is too high, and my adrenaline will just like send me to the pits of hell because I will just like bite that read by accident when I'm playing out of like stress and panic, and then I'll be like, "That was so good." I'm like, "You were 20 cents sharp the whole time. That high C in the Mozart was a high C sharp,
Mm.
and they still let you play the entire list down. That was crazy of them." So, yeah, yeah. What about you, Matthew?
Mm.
What do you do as a star?
I like to have at least 3 that I'm really liking, and a lot of the time I'll sort of put them aside if I really like them and there's an audition coming up, but I still play on them some because some people put them away and then they just sit there and they sort of
Mm-hmm.
change, and when you get them back out, they aren't as good. So I keep making sure that I'm familiar with them, but I'm not really playing concerts or anything on them. I'll
Yeah.
mostly just do maybe some scale patterns on them once a day, and not even for that long. So then by the time the audition rolls around, it's still functioning pretty well. And I know how it works. And I can choose between those 3. And what I try to do in the moment is pick the read that feels the best and not necessarily the one that sounds the best.
Yes, because your comfort in audition matters more than anything. Because these lists are huge and insane, and you have to be able to play 12 excerpts for the first round after a concerto. So it's like, girl, you're giving a recital at this point.
Yes.
Like, it's just a mini recital. And you're like, that's where this piece lasts like 20 seconds. I'm like, oh, it's the worst 20 seconds of my life. Thank you for asking.
I know. Well, it really is. We are playing the hardest things from orchestral lit in front of people.
with no backup support. It's just
Right.
you and the metronome in your head being like, get ready for blast off, diva. It's going down. Boom.
I was going to say about you and your oboe reads for auditions that if you bother to show up with an oboe or oboe reads for an audition, then that's how it goes.
I hate you, but you're right. So this is actually a beautiful love story for Matthew and I because we took an audition and it was actually the first time we'd met in person after talking to each other for all these years. And this audition was for like third oboe English horn, and I had just come off of like playing an audition with another orchestra, and I was like the week before, plus a concert. So my brain, I was fried, and I was like, I'm gonna have to practice for this audition too. Goes to the audition. I was already in the mindset of, yeah, I'm not gonna make it past that first round. And I saw that list that they told us previously, like what it was gonna be, and I was like, I'm not bringing my oboe to this. I'm not gonna make it past the first round. So for anyone who, if any of my teachers are listening to this, I did that and it was real. And so I really went into that audition. Did not bring my oboe with me. I said, we're good. We're so good. Just play
Because
English
I
horn.
really thought you were just being hyperbolic when you said that you didn't bring it. And then you opened your case and went, no, there is no oboe here.
Look, I've got nothing. It was my double case too. So I even was like, yeah, no, I'm not. I didn't bring it. And it just stayed. My oboe was at home chilling while I was with that English horn also chilling on stage, apparently. Just that was real. I hate you brought that up because it's so funny and so like so unlike me, and yet I was like, I don't care. I don't care, girl. Let them know.
And then we ate cheese curds.
Exactly. And so our like, beautiful like, meeting in person for the first time continued that day, and it was so wonderful. We were there with other good friends and people that equally laughed at my insanity
Yes.
with that audition. That's what it really. I brought a calming and relaxing energy to the audition by doing that stunt, and everyone was very relaxed in the room when they heard me say that. Look, she's giving you nothing.
Another read thing that I do is I use different reads when I'm playing with different people because I play second in so many groups that week to
Mm-hmm.
week they have to be a little bit different. So I know
Yeah.
that next week I'm playing with my teacher from school. And so when I'm playing second to her, I really do feel like I can play my most like me and not have to worry about it too much just because, I
Mm-hmm.
studied with her. There's a lot of similarity there. And then the week after that, I know that I'm going to have to play on a read that's more flexible because this person's pitch is not as stable, and so I'm going to have to be able to fish a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And no, that's fair. I'm in the same boat. A lot of my reads have to be flexible because I play with people um, who do not live in Iowa and are coming in with like reads from different places, and they're like frantically trying to make reads and like just like tune them up and fix them as they go through the rehearsals and stuff. So I'm like, I gotta be a little more flexible to be like, okay, girl, we're in this together. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
weird, but it happens in like more than one group I play with. So I'm just like, oh, and I'm like, okay. But that's like just the music scene in Iowa. There's just a lot of people don't live here, and so a lot of
Mm-hmm.
out of town people from like Chicago or other places fly in, drive in, and play, and then they're just like, "How are you alive in this winter hellscape?" And I'm like, "I'm not, but thanks for asking. How are your reads?" They're like, "I'm gonna jump off the stage." I'm like, "Yep." So having flexible reads as a second oboe, I think, is honestly really important because
Mm-hmm.
you never know. You just never know what's going to happen to someone's reads, and yeah.
Well, I get to play one of the major second oboe excerpts in a couple weeks too, doing Dvorak's 7.
You don't get it. I actually love that one. I actually
It's
love
nice.
that excerpt. It's so like, it's so just not bronze. It's just so unlike the
Mm-hmm.
others. It's gentle, it's demure, and or maybe we're just two people who are insane, and everyone else is screaming at the podcast right now, like that's wrong. You guys are crazy. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe my oboe's just adjusted properly, and I can play low notes with ease. And that's what Matthew and I have in common.
Well, I
Sister.
also cheat on it, and
And there it is.
I put a mute in my bell.
Oh, what do you use for a mute? What is your
It
go-to?
is like a makeup sponge, but not the whole thing. I'll show it to you. Um, let's see.
He's gonna show it to us, but you guys will not be able to see it. So just imagine, pretend.
So it says, and I've
Ooh.
got some slices in it too. But yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. I can go get mine. I can show you mine. Mine's out on my stand for some reason. I have not played anything that requires it or spell out my bag, but I do have mine.
I also like to use mine in Peter and the Wolf after the wolf eats the duck. And
Ooh.
then it gives it that like covered sound like you're in the wolf's belly.
That's actually so smart. I've never thought about that. So this is mine. It's like a flat like makeup sponge, but I just like fold it in half
Ah.
like this. So so I made a post on my Instagram once about it, and I like put it in halfway, and it looks like it's a tongue sticking out of my bell. So it was like I was trying to practice, and I was like, "Huh?" And I was like, "Oh." I just like make like a taco and just put it up there, and so it like will open like in there like this,
Mm-hmm.
and so the sound just like. One of my friends taught me that in undergrad, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so smart!" And it came in handy when I play Dvorak Cello Concerto, which seems to
Oh
be the
yeah.
only other excerpt that I actually get to play second oboe on. That's major
Mm-hmm.
like that. And weirdly, I had to do that with the same cellist in two different orchestras in the same season. So I was like, he's on tour
Oh.
right now, and he is like, "Hey, you look familiar." And I was like, "I know. You're about to hear me possibly not frack this again. So good luck." Don't look at me when I come in, please.
So the other thing we're going to talk about was the real versus synthetic reeds. We can talk about them. I am going to play a few of them, and I'm going to try and make it sound decent over the recording
Ooh, see, look at that. A star is born.
because I have some. So let me get out some stuff, I guess. And here I am soaking the plastic reeds.
Okay, I thought about it. I was like, wait, is Matthew going to start sucking the plastic reeds up? Like, isn't this like the opposite of the point? That's what we don't do it for, right?
Oops. Well, I think the ambipoly you are supposed to soak,
Oh.
but I don't know. Beautiful.
Off to a fabulous start for everyone wondering.
All right. We are going to do the reed test with some synthetics and some real ones. It's going to be a lot like the people doing their Leger unboxings.
Yes. We're joining in on this. I'm listening, and Matthew is playing.
But it's only kind of because not everything is a Leger. So I'm just going to start with the oboe, and I'm not going to tell you which one it is at first. We'll reveal the answers after.
Yes. I love this game.
Oh, what should I play?
Oh, that's true. Why don't you play Tombo? Why don't
Ugh.
you let me make your life really hard and play Tombo for us?
We'll see how it
Because
goes.
we'll see. I believe. I believe.
Totally dry, everybody. No warm up.
No warm up. This is how stars do it. Ugh. I love
Was it
Matthew.
great? No. Oh, I'll crow the reed for everyone too. Um, Lacking the low crow a little bit. All right, here is a different reed. That's the crow.
That's the crow. Let's see how it goes.
That one was gorgeous, right?
If in case you guys are wondering, that's actually how my auditions normally go.
All right, and here is yet another reed. Well, I screwed up. I'm going to do that over.
It's going great. It's going great.
It didn't even come out.
We're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Like, I'm fighting the reed so much that I can't play it.
It's literally, I'm just like, oh my gosh, our reed is not moving. It is not.
You know what? I'm just going to call that what it is, and I tried.
We can't. That was so.
So, the first reed was, in fact, one of my cane reeds. Hopefully, no one thought that the other two were mine. The second one was one of the ambi-poly reeds. It is pretty old, I will say, but I have never been able to make this thing really work for me. And I think, from what I've heard, you are supposed to soak these a little bit, and I did. And the other one was a Leger reed, but it's not one of the American scrapes. It's one of the old European scrapes. Actually, if I do a European embouchure, it might help. If I do my best, like, smile. I gotta smile.
Be happy.
And put the oboe, like, straight out in front of me.
Right.
It was better. I mean, it was horrendous, but
You're like, it happened. It happened. It happened, though.
and that's what it feels like to be a middle schooler playing the oboe, everybody.
If you know a middle schooler who has that kind of technique, please send them our way so we can definitely move past playing hot cross buns.
Okay. What is my English horn excerpt gonna be?
I really like the Pines of Rome.
I can do that, but I was like, I can do it, but I gotta grab music for that one.
Oh, fine. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. Roman Carnival. You got that one
Sure.
unlocked?
I think so. You know, I don't trust myself, though, on that one.
You said, I'm good. Actually,
We'll see. All right, here's the crow. And I'm going to stop there.
And that's all we have.
And I was nervous about that one. Part way through, I was going, do I know this? How?
This one? Have you heard this one before?
All right. And crow on read number 2.
Oh, golden. This is queen behavior, actually.
And you know what's weird? I hate playing with headphones on, so everything just felt like my tongue was going. That's how everything sounded to me. Oh, I forgot to record that one. Oh well. So the first read was the American Scrape Leger English Horn read, and the second was my cane read. And I will say, the American Scrape English Horn read, it feels pretty good, and it works pretty well. I know I used it for a concert outside on 4th of July.
And you know what? Good. That's the best place for it to shine is outdoors, where it can fly free like a flag.
Mm-hmm. Well, what differences did you immediately hear in those? Obviously, for the oboe reads, they were all identical and sounded gorgeous.
I mean, it was so hard to tell. I truly was just like, wow, Matthew just can play on anything. There was no trouble at all. Air was perfect. The reeds responded beautifully. I screaming. Well, for the English horn ones, I definitely I think for the first one, I could definitely see and feel the vibes were a little different. The playing on a cane one is the air just feels very like condensed, and it's like, where's it gonna go? Is there anywhere it can go? And the dynamic range was maybe like this big because it was like, I'm tired. It can only go so far.
Yes. And I was blowing as hard as I could, and I just, no dynamics, which is fine.
Which is fine, you know, it's whatever. We're just having fun. We're just having fun here. No one here is judging. Everyone here loves this. And then for the oboe, I think response might have been a big factor in it.
Whew. Yeah.
I think response plays a huge factor in it because you could tell how the air will respond to like playing on plastic or non-wood material. So it's like, oh, it takes a little more to get it to vibrate and go a little quicker, you know?
And I feel like, especially that second one with that crow, you could like immediately hear it.
I was like, oh. I mean, I think that it's beautiful and it's fun and fresh.
Now, I will say, I did play some of the new American Scrape ones at IDRS in 2025 for the oboe. Well, and the English horn one, because that's where I got it. But the oboe ones, I liked. They felt pretty good. It was very similar to the English horn reed in that it still feels like plastic. It responds like plastic.
Right.
The range isn't really there. But it sounded fine. But it was flat for me.
I feel like that's been the consensus all around. It's just like it's really flat, and people just have to do something to it with their knives. Which I'm just like, oh, okay, oh, bring that knife out and scrape that plastic out, I guess.
Which to me, that defeats the whole point. If
Yeah,
I have to clip it and scrape on it, what was the point of getting a plastic reed? I'd rather just be doing this to the cane.
exactly. Why would I sacrifice the burr of my knife right now on plastic when I could easily use it on cane?
Well, do you have anything else to add to this episode?
Honestly, I do not. I just hope everyone is getting back into the swing of things. I know once February comes around the corner, the gigs, at least on my end, they're kicking up and will not stop. So,
Mm-hmm.
we're getting back in, but I hope everyone's been, vibing and enjoying, the podcast. I've had a couple of friends reach out about the podcast. They've been really excited. So I'm just happy we get to do this together and just have fun. And I'm just very thankful for this opportunity to be the friend and my sister to make you guys laugh and listen to us scream and holler about the most insane instrument on the planet.
Well said. I was going to ask you how your New Year's resolutions are going.
Anyways, thank you everyone for listening to the podcast. It's been a wonderful episode. We will see you guys next time. Oh my gosh.
Don't feel bad. Mine are exactly the same. So
it is what it is.
We said we were going to do it. We tried, and then we didn't do it.
Like, we're incredibly powerful for that, but boy, there's only so much we can do. Oh, it's fine, everyone. It's fine. It's fine.
Well, I haven't had a performance yet, so I haven't even had the chance to try out my second one.
So therefore, at least one of us is still sticking to it. Looking forward. But who knows? Well, I mean, I guess I haven't been. Well, no, I was fussy. I was like, I haven't been fussy about my reads, have I? And I was like, I already am. Already fussing. Already crying about it. It's fine. But you know what? That's fine. We're just going to keep making reads and making you guys laugh. So, yes, that's that. Matthew, let's end this thing and send these people on their way, please.
Thank you for listening to whatever episode this is of Oboe Slander, because I don't remember. Next time, we have no idea what we're talking about. And that was the vibe for this episode too. We are really flying by the seat of our pants, and I hope y'all are okay with it. When writing in about an episode, it doesn't have to be about the next one or one that just happened. It can be about any of them, or you can just say any oboe things. Which reminds me that we got an email from one of our followers.
Ooh. One last little bit of love before we go. I'm so excited.
Hey guys, I just caught up on the last 3 episodes as I was walking a friend's dog. You had me chuckling out loud at the me versus Angela mix-up. We love it. It's one of my favorites. I really enjoyed Matthew's story about successfully challenging the dress code in his orchestra. I'd never thought about dress code as discriminatory before, but hearing you discuss what it feels like to play with a tie or in a tux, I get it. There's a reason I don't wear necklaces when I play. Bravo, Matthew, on taking a stand. Also, it feels really weird to be in this one way more privileged than the man in the orchestra. I'm coming back to something later. I'm pro tablet for the reasons LeBaron cites of having to juggle so many pieces and method books and etc. for teaching. It was not fun to digitize all my lessons materials, but I had a lot of free time in 2020 when I made that switch. On the other hand, I felt more comfortable playing with the paper music at my recital this past September. IDKY, but I do a weird mix of using paper and not using paper, and I think that's valid. A topic that came up at the gig I played last night with an oboist friend was whether we use an oboe stand during performance. I do. It was a habit when I was dealing with wrist injuries, and I find it more comfortable than holding the oboe when I have a tacit movement. She doesn't use her stand and held her oboe on her lap during the English horn moment. I'd love to hear your debate on this topic. Maybe we will talk about that on the next episode. Thank you for the idea.
Yes. Ooh, please send us ideas because we need that.
We have lots of them. We've just gotta...
We just have too many at once.
We do, and some of them are going to be kind of hard-hitting, and a lot, like, I would like to, at some point, do an episode about money, and I think that one is it's going to be a heavy episode. It's not going to be typical, fun, lighthearted.
It's going to be the truth, is what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm. But her email continues with another topic Sorry. Another topic suggestion is on synthetic reeds. Hmm. When would we have done that? One of my
That's my favorite.
students, one of my students' parents got a Militaire American scrape reed on the Black Friday sale. It, of course, is flat, and all of the ones that I've ever heard are. But he's a sixth grader, and I wasn't going to fight with the family about it. It served him well for about a month, and then it sprung a leak, I think. And at the last
Oh,
lesson we had in December, he couldn't use it because it was too uncomfortable.
oh
Then there's a little
no.
bit more of the email, but I actually, she says that, and I don't think this one seals. Nope, no pop.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, very leaky. And that was
Ooh.
another problem I had at IDRS when I would check them, is that a lot of them seemed leaky. And I think Catherine Needleman had the same problem when she did her video
Yeah.
on
She
them.
was like,
But keep up the great work. Your show is Oboe Auntie approved.
oh my gosh. You
Mm.
just can't. This episode was all about LeBaron's downfalls and shortcomings. One episode. In case anyone's wondering, I'm the one who gets them mixed up, and I said it to Matthew, and Matthew never lets me live it down. And I think that is true friendship. It's
Yes.
so stupid and just true. And I'm like, what is the problem?
Thank you for listening, everybody. You can find us on Instagram at Oboe Slander, on TikTok at oboe.slander. You can email us at oboslanderqueens@gmail.com, or you can just look us up on Facebook, or you can Google us, and it might take you to my website because there might be a page there about it now.
Ooh. Oh, look at that. Well, thanks, you guys. You know what to do. Keep listening and follow us everywhere. Have a good one.